Okay, so journalists are visiting press sites very frequently. 45% of journalists say they go to an online press site at least once a day. Okay, but what are they looking for? We all know that journalists, the people that we're trying to influence, are no longer just journalists, but they're social commentators, they're bloggers. And these types of influencer need a different content type. They don't need press releases. They don't want a two-page press release. They want a digital nugget that they can share. They don't want to see a written quotation. They want to actually have that audio file that they can edit and repurpose. They don't just want imagery. They want to have video files. They want to have infographics. So there's much more content is needed than just a standard press release. Go to the next one. So they found the content. What do they want to do next? Many, many press sites, if you go to, which include video, you can't do anything with that video. What journalists are telling us, 75% of journalists who answered our survey, they said that they wanted to be able to download the content. And why do they want to download? Because they want to be able to reuse it. They want to repackage that content in their own editorial program. It's very important, clearly, to be able to show content, and embedding and sharing content is important. But by far the most important feature of an online press site is that it needs to offer downloadable content. Video is the future of the internet. Cisco says that by 2018, 79% of all internet traffic will be video. This here, we've got Mr. Jürgen Stackmann, the chairman of SEAT, who's speaking to CNBC at the Geneva Motor Show. SEAT does a very good job of making video available on their press site. That video is used by journalists all around the world. Last, what our survey told us is that if your site is not mobile compatible, you're going to suffer. Google, I think, not understanding Spanish, I wasn't fully aware, but I think Oscar was alluding to this earlier. Google have recently changed their algorithms so that if your website is not mobile optimized, you will appear lower in the search rankings. So your press site needs to be mobile compatible. Okay, now I took the liberty of, because Alberto kindly shared with us the list of people who are coming along today, and I took the liberty of looking at all of your websites, or I looked at 16 websites, to see how those websites fared when it came to the criteria that journalists told us were important. And I'm not going to mention any names, okay? But I will give you the statistics of what we saw. So, 16 websites, 11 of the sites were having some type of press content on the website, press releases and so on. 4 of them, we would, in our estimation, would be proper newsrooms. So that's 25%. Proper newsrooms, so having much more than just press releases, okay? Now, regular content is super important. Remember, journalists are coming to a site, 45% are coming every day. So it's important that there's a lot of regular content. And the good news is this group of individuals are posting a lot of content to their sites. Unfortunately, it's not very easy to download it. Only 45% of the content that we could see could be downloaded, and only half of that number was downloadable in high resolution. So we're offering up journalists imagery and video, but you can't download it in a format that we could then run it. TVE can't then take that video and run it in a news report. 1/3 of the websites were mobile optimized. Now, more than half of the sites we looked at had language versions, which is very good, but I couldn't see any examples of sites which were localized for different markets. I may have missed some of them. Okay, we'll go to the next one. For all of you that do not have a press site, my big recommendation would be create one, so that 5 of the 16 we looked at didn't have a press site. Mango, who we have the privilege of working with, they actually didn't have a press site until earlier this year. And They launched the site in April, and the results have already been very impressive for them. They've seen interest in journalists from 30 countries. Good quality outlets like Vogue and Glamour and Cosmopolitan are going onto this press site, which doesn't just contain press releases, but it contains lookbooks, trend pictures, gallery, there's contacts that you can reach and so on. So it's a very rich experience for the media, and it's proving to be really effective. Okay. Updating content. I've said this is important. The Volvo Ocean Race, they are effectively a news or a content operation based out in Alicante. They've got a full newsroom system going on. They produce 40 news stories in video every month. That's a lot of content. And it works, sorry, you click onto the next one. So these are all here from the 17th of May. That's a lot of content. We go to the next. And the content that they offer on the site is available. You can do a lot with it. So you can share it, you can embed it, but importantly, you can download this content, okay? So if you're a journalist looking for stories from the Volvo Ocean Race, you can download in high definition, standard definition, different versions, NTSC and PAL for the different markets. And the results are impressive. They get a lot of requests. Euroleague have just gone live with a mobile optimized website. They're seeing 30,000 views via mobile devices. And one of the nice features on the Euroleague site is there's what they've called a media cart. So if you're a journalist, you're attending one of the games, you find a piece of video that you like, you can send it back via this website directly to your edit station. So it's sort of like a WeTransfer type service. Talking about multimedia, talking about the different type of journalist and influencer that needs lots of different content types. Kia, on this one page, for the one story they've got about Nadal, they're offering up text, they're offering up video, imagery, contacts, social links that they can share, and digital nuggets that they can share also in social media. So it's a very rich experience for whatever type of media organization you are. You should be able to get the content you need from that one web page. Now, this is not in our survey, but I'm going to end with Adidas, because Adidas has done a very effective job with their online newsroom. At the FIFA World Cup, they were recognized as being the most talked about brand at the World Cup. And one of the ways in which they've been super successful is by this concept of localization. So Adidas has a global press site, which is available for everyone, but they also have country versions of their sites, which enable, and the country PR managers are able to cross-tag content from different markets, translate it. So it's a very rich experience, and the results for Spain have been impressive. Okay. So that's it. I'll just sum up then by saying, a press site is super important, and a press site is not a place where you just have your press releases. It's much more than that. Journalists are relying on your content. Make sure that your content is downloadable, because if it is downloadable, journalists will download it, they will use it, they will repurpose it. 1/3 of you have got mobile compatible websites. Remember that the traffic is all going mobile, and think local. Because then you'll be effective. Thank you very much.